When Stewart-Haas Racing announced the probable closure of their four-car NASCAR Cup Series operation, it sent shockwaves through the sport, scattering many brilliant individuals throughout the paddock. Its conclusion inspired one of the most ridiculously crazy seasons in recent memory. Several drivers are making adjustments, new entrants are coming on the grid, and legal issues with the series are not holding down certain outfits. We did our best to sort everything out so you know who's going where for the 2025 season. There are undoubtedly some shocking moves. Several team expansions are in the horizon, including SVG in #88. Trackhouse is one of at least 3 teams looking to acquire a third full-time member next season. Shane Van Gisbergen, a 3-time Supercars champion, has opted to fully commit to NASCAR following a dramatic victory in his debut at the 2023 Chicago Street Course race. The New Zealander won 3 Xfinity races this year and made it to the playoffs. For the time being, he appears to be battling solely on the ovals. He will drive the number 88 Chevrolet next year, which was previously driven by Hendrick Motorsports. Preece and Kroger join RFK. RFK has added Kroger as a prominent sponsor as it continues to grow through 2025. They are also expanding their part-time Stage 60 program to a full-time entry, hiring one of the 4 drivers dismissed from the disastrous SHR team. Ryan Preece, a former Wellen-modified champion, has made over 200 Cup Series appearances, but driving the number 60 Ford Mustang will be his best chance yet to win at the top level of the sport. Herbst steps up to Cup. SVG will be joined in the Rookie of the Year race by NASCAR Xfinity Series star Riley Herbst, who has signed with 23 Racing to pilot the freshly built number 35 Toyota, along with longtime sponsor Monster Energy. While 23 Texuan is embroiled in a lengthy struggle with NASCAR and the France family, they are not letting the danger of losing their existing charters deter them from adding a third entry. Herbst has 3 Xfinity victories and has spent 5 years in NASCAR's second tier. He also finished in the top 10 on his Cup debut at the 2023 Daytona 500. These 3 teams may not be the only ones expanding next year. More details later. Kaulig shakes things up in 2025. Kaulig's performance in the Cup and Xfinity Series dipped in 2024. They had a number of drivers in the number 16 car, and Daniel Hemrick drove the number 31. Despite coming close to victory at Watkins Glen, Van Gisbergen's 2024 Cup campaign yielded few positive results. Next year, AJ Allmendinger will be restored as the full-time driver of the number 16 Chevrolet. Their decision to demote Allmendinger to the Xfinity Series last year provoked fury and confusion, as the famed veteran is the only driver who has won a Cup race for Kaulig twice. Meanwhile, Hemrick has left the number 31, which will become the number 10 car in 2025. His replacement will be Ty Dillon, Austin's younger brother, who has substantial Cup experience but has had less success. These drivers will be paired with new crew chiefs as Kaulig tries to recoup lost ground on the field. Ty Norris, formerly of Trackhouse, will join Kaulig as Chief Business Officer. So where did the SHR drivers land? While we've already discussed Ryan Preece's 2025 destination, 3 other SHR drivers were hunting for new rides. Fortunately, all 4 will continue in the Cup Series as full-time riders. Chase Briscoe will succeed MTJ as SHR's final winner, winning the Southern 500 in a thrilling duel at Darlington. His abilities have not gone unrecognized. He will drive the number 19 Joe Gibbs Racing Toyota, which was left open by 2017 Cup winner Martin Truex Jr., who is retiring from full-time racing. Briscoe is the only former SHR driver who will not be joining another Ford team in 2025. The Wood brothers chose to part ways with Harrison Burton prior to his surprise victory at Daytona, hoping for a more consistent improvement in performance after 3 years with Burton produced little success elsewhere. Josh Berry is coming off his first year in the Cup Series and is a latecomer to the sport at 33 years old, but he has shown promise as he prepares to drive the legendary number 21. Noah Gragson is used to this, as FRM will be his 6th Cup ride in the last 3 years. He is confident that the new ride will provide some stability to his Cup career, something he urgently needs. Gragson is scheduled to drive the number 38, while Todd Gilliland of FRM will drive the number 34. SHR may be gone, but the Haas name endures. Gene Haas owned a Cup Series team before partnering with Tony Stewart in 2009, and he intends to do it again in 2025. Cole Custer will compete for Haas, having been promoted to Cup driver after a 2-year stint in the Xfinity Series, where he won the 2023 championship. Custer will drive the number 41 Ford, while his father, Joe, will be president of the Haas factory team. We also have a surprising signing from Spire. Michael McDowell has been in the Cup Series for longer than most, with nearly 500 starts dating back to 2008. Since 2018, he has competed for Front Row Motorsports, winning 2 races, including the Daytona 500. However, the veteran driver chose to leave his comfortable seat and join Spire Motorsports, a team that often fields younger drivers just getting started in the sport. He will mentor 2 young players, Carson Hocevar and Justin Haley, who are both new to Spire, but this choice was taken before the 2024 season. Exit JTG and greet Hayek. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. will continue to drive the number 47 Chevrolet next year, but with a new look and team identity. Kroger, JTG's longtime sponsor, left for RFK Racing, prompting a leadership turnover that resulted in the team's name change to Hayek Motorsports. There are also several crew chief shuffles. Hamlin loses Gabehart. There have also been some notable changes above the pit boxes, one of which stands out from the rest. Denny Hamlin and Chris Gabehart have split ways after 6 years, which caught Hamlin off guard. Gabehart begins a new role at JGR after winning 22 races with Hamlin and never missing the playoffs. His successor is Chris Gale, who takes over Ty Gibbs' number 54 JGR Toyota. Tyler Allen will now lead Gibbs' number 54 team. Wallace has a new employer. Booty Barker will no longer be working on the pit box for Bubba Wallace. He partnered with Wallace in 2021 and has led him to 2 Cup titles since then. Barker is also one of the industry's most experienced crew chiefs, having taken part in over 600 races since 2003. He will take on an internal position at 23 Cup 1, while Charles Danicky will be Wallace's crew chief. Danicky has never worked a Cup race as a crew chief, but he has 10 NASCAR Truck Series wins. Another noteworthy development is that 2012 NASCAR Cup winner Brad Keselowski has rejoined with former crew chief Jeremy Bullins. They almost won the 2020 Cup title together at Team Penske before splitting up when Keselowski joined RFK Racing. While there are several other crew chief changes in the garage, we'll end with Rodney Childers' destination. Childers is one of the most well-known crew chiefs around, and for good reason. He helped Kevin Harvick win the NASCAR Cup Series championship in 2014 and has won 40 Cup races in nearly 2 decades as a crew chief. In 2025, he will join Spire's number 7 team alongside driver Justin Haley, as the firm aims to expand on its successful 2024 season. The unknowns include FRM's 3rd car. Front Row Motorsports is expected to expand to 3 full-time cars, though this has yet to be officially confirmed. They, like 23 Tauhuan, are embroiled in an antitrust lawsuit against NASCAR and the France family, and they may not have charters for the 2025 season. They plan to expand regardless of the decision, with Zane Smith expected to be the final new driver. Smith competed for Spire in 2024 and was under contract with Trackhouse, but the advent of Van Gisbergen and young phenom Connor Zilisch eliminated him from Trackhouse's intentions. Rick Ware Racing's status is unknown. The team fielded 2 full-time entries in 2024, but because one of its 2 charters was leased to RFK for 2025, they are likely to run only 1 full-time vehicle the following year. Before the end of the 2024 season, Corey LaJoie took over as Justin Haley's number 51, and while Haley's future at Spire is secure, RWR has yet to confirm whether LaJoie will return for 2025. Cody Ware, whose father Rick owns the team, is also a contender for next year's driver role. The team may also use a variety of drivers throughout the season, like they did with the number 15 vehicle. While the part-time rides for 2025 are constantly changing, there are several questions that remain. Most notably, 2017 NASCAR Cup winner Martin Truex Jr. stated plans to race a limited schedule, including the Daytona 500, but did not specify who he will drive for. It should be a Toyota, but 23 Tauhuan appears to be out of the running, and Joe Gibbs Racing is at capacity with 4 current participants. Trackhouse's Project 91 did not materialize this year, although team co-owner Justin Marks has claimed that the initiative is not dead and may resurface with another international racing star. Richard Childress Racing's number 33 will return, and Austin Hill is expected to make more Cup appearances. Jimmy Johnson will return in the number 84 Legacy Motor Club Toyota for a short run. Several other part-time teams have no news to report as of this writing, but the majority of them will return to the grid in 2025, including the number 66 of MBM Motorsports, the number 44 of the NY Racing Team, the number 62 of Beard Motorsports, the number 50 of Team Amerivet Racing, and the number 78 live Fast Motorsports entry with BJ McLeod. What are you most enthusiastic about? Or better yet, who? Let me know your opinions in the comments section below.